Dr. Beasley. Hello, sir. Hello. I was trying to sneak in. You can't sneak in here. You guys are smart.
Please stand and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance, the national anthem, led by the Concord University Collegiate Singers. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At the twilight's
Please be seated. And welcome to our Founders Day celebration. We'll get started. Please join me in welcoming our first speaker, Ms. Abigail Stovall, SGA President.
Good afternoon, everybody. As she said, in case you don't know, my name is Abby Stovall, and I'm the current SGA president. In the spirit of celebrating our faculty and staff and their years of service, it's my honor to welcome you all to today's Founders Day ceremony. Today we recognize individuals who've been a part of this institution longer than many of us have. Those whose dedication has helped shape the culture of come to learn, go to serve, and the family feeling that so many associate with our campus. Some of the staff here today have known me long before I stepped foot on campus as a student. My mom has worked here for a while, so many of my formative memories, snow days, 2-hour delays, Christmas break decorating contests, were spent here. Those formative memories were here. Even then, I could feel the sense of community that I'm now so lucky to be a part of. Our faculty members being recognized today play a similar role for our students. I'm sorry, I missed a paragraph. That familiarity and those long-standing relationships made my transition to campus smoother and have helped me become a more effective SGA president for our students. Being able to lean on people who understand the institution, how it works, and how previous challenges have been navigated has been invaluable. Our faculty members play a similar role for our students. Their deep understanding of campus dynamics, their commitment to learning, and willingness to grow alongside and learn from their students ensures that our students receive the best education possible. From a student perspective, the impact of long-serving faculty and staff is often felt in small, everyday moments. It's knowing there's someone who remembers how a process is supposed to work, who knows the history behind a policy, or who takes the time to check in because they've seen students go through similar challenges before. For many of us, Concord has become a second home. This sense of belonging doesn't happen by accident. It happens when the people in this room invest in their students, who show up year after year and choose to invest as individuals, not just names on a roster. At the same time, I think it's important to recognize the impact that our newer faculty and staff bring. While they may not have accumulated years of service, they bring fresh ideas, new perspectives, and a strong understanding of today's students, an infusion that's essential for an institution serving a new generation. What makes Concord special is not choosing between tradition and innovation, but allowing them to work together. Long-serving faculty and staff provide continuity and perspective, while newer members of our community challenge us to rethink, adapt, and improve. As students, we benefit most when those experiences interact, when institutional knowledge meets fresh ideas and shared commitment to student success. As we move into today's recognitions, I encourage everyone to reflect on the individuals who make Concord feel like home to them. The people we honor today represent years of service, mentorship, and care that continue to shape this institution and its students. On behalf of the student body, I want to say thank you to all of you who have chosen to invest your time, your energy, and yourselves into this campus and into us. Many of us are only here for 4 years, but the impact that you make stays with us for much longer. It's because of you that Concord feels like home, not just a classroom. Thank you and congratulations.
Our next speaker is a colleague of mine in the Department of Business as well as a good friend. Please welcome Dr. Angie Edwards, Professor of Sport Management and Business.
Good afternoon. As I reflect on the many years here at Concord College and Concord University, one word comes to mind: gratitude. When I look back, I don't just see a career, I see long van rides to events, and to conferences. I see late nights finishing program deadlines and early morning practices when the sun had barely arisen. I see a calendar packed with events in between, some planned down to the minute, others put together with little creativity and a lot of hope. There were wins and there were losses, celebrations and disappointments. But when I think about it all, I remember it as some of the best times of my life. People often ask what makes someone stay at a place for so long. For me, the answer has always been simple: the people and the community. Concord is more than buildings and classrooms. It is relationships. It is a shared purpose. It is faculty and staff who care deeply and students who arrive full of possibilities. I've always loved working with students, watching them grow, finding their confidence, and learning not only how to succeed, but how to define success for themselves. There is something incredibly powerful about seeing students walk onto campus unsure of their path and leave with a direction, resilience, and belief in themselves and what they're becoming. Of course, not every season's been easy. We faced trying times. COVID challenged all of us in ways we never expected. It changed how we taught, how we learned, and how we connected. But even in the season of uncertainty, we saw growth. We saw innovation. I saw people dig deep and discover strengths they didn't know they had. We adapted, we supported, and we kept moving. Technology in general has been its own adventure. I still remember getting called over to the dean's office to learn how to turn on my new computer. That was a humbling moment, for sure. We've gone from overhead projectors to learning management systems, from face-to-face classes as the only option to online and hybrid courses. Trying to maneuver LMS sometimes felt like learning a new language to me, but the growth mattered. It allowed us to reach every student in new ways and meet them where they were. Some of my favorite memories didn't happen in the classroom. They happened on trips, taking students to conferences, where they presented and for the first time realized that their voices mattered. Canoeing trips where teamwork wasn't just a concept, but a necessity. The bridge walk, where fear turned into accomplishment, one careful step at a time. The whole time shaking. Visiting historical sites and watching history come to life through conversation and curiosity. And then there were fundraising efforts for Relay for Life. Students coming together with energy, compassion, determination, raising over $100,000 for a cause bigger than themselves. That kind of commitment speaks volumes about the heart of this community. There were moments when my role was to listen, moments when it was to encourage, moments when it was to be their biggest cheerleader. And yes, there were moments when I had to put the hammer down. Growth requires both grace and expectation. It requires support and standards. And I believe deeply in offering both. Founders Day is a time we honor those who had a vision and courage to begin this institution. They could not have imagined that technology we use today, the challenges we faced, and the ways higher education continues to evolve. But I believe they would recognize something very important: the spirit. The spirit of community, the spirit of resilience, the spirit of believing in students in a transformative power of education. As the Concord University motto says, come to learn, go to serve. As I have been shaped just as much as I have shaped. Concord has given me purpose, friendship, laughter, and more memories than I can count. It has given me long van rides, early mornings, moments of total exhaustion, and moments of pride. It has given me a chance to walk alongside generations of students as they became who they were meant to be. And that is a gift. So today, on Founders Day, I say thank you to those who built this foundation, to those who continue to work every day, and to the students who remind us why it matters. Concord is just not where we work or study, it's a community that changes lives. And I am grateful that it has changed mine. Thank you.
Please join me in welcoming our next speaker, Dr. Rosemary Mitchell, class of 1985, Assistant Superintendent of Mercer County Schools.
Thank you and good afternoon. It is truly an honor to stand before you today on Founders Day at Concord University, a place that is not just part of my resume, but part of my family's history, our story. My connection to Concord stretches back more than a century. In the early 1920s, my great aunt, Rose Sinecroke, walked these grounds as a student. I often think about what campus life must have looked like back then. The hopes she carried, the education she pursued, and the foundation she helped lay for generations to follow. Decades later, in 1981 to 1985, I had the privilege of becoming a Concord student myself. And years after that, both of my daughters, Christina and Catherine, continued the tradition. Today, I can proudly say that I have a grandson who is also a Concordia, am I saying that right? Joseph Flanagan. So we are still keeping the history going here at Concord. Concord definitely is woven into the fabric of my family. The education I received here shaped the trajectory of my life. It prepared me to enter a classroom as a teacher, to grow into a school administrator, to serve as a county supervisor, to lead as the director of the Mercer County Technical Education Center, and now to serve as the Assistant Superintendent of Secondary Education in Mercer County Public Schools. For more than 40 years, I have dedicated my life to education, and my journey began right here. During my time as the director of the Mercer County Technical Education Center, I had the privilege of working closely with Concord. Together, we built meaningful partnerships that have created opportunities for our students. Through our Grow Your Own program, many of our students have continued their education and have come to Concord preparing to return to our communities as educators. Our collaborations in esports, information technology, marketing, and healthcare occupations have allowed students to earn credits that can be transferred to Concord, giving them a head start on their college journey. I have also had the honor of serving as an adjunct professor at Concord, which allowed me to give back directly to the institution that gave so much to me. The partnership with Gear Up has opened doors for countless students in Mercer County, helping them envision a future that includes higher education. Concord has also graciously hosted Mercer County Public Schools for events such as the career fairs, Battle of the Books, the Reading Bee. We're getting ready to have our regional social studies fair here at Concord for the first time, and you have hosted many other student-centered programs. These experiences allow our young people to see themselves here, to walk this campus and begin imagining what is possible. Founders Day is about honoring those who built this institution, but it's also about celebrating the lives that continue to shape it. I am one of those lives. My family is part of that story, and the thousands of students we serve in Mercer County Public Schools are part of that story as well. Concord is more than the buildings and classrooms. It's an opportunity, it is a partnership, it is a tradition, it is transformation. I am deeply grateful for the role Concord has played in my life and in my family's life and in the lives of so many students from our area. Thank you, Concord, and happy Founders Day.
Please welcome our next speaker, Jenny Ware, class of 1988, and she is our Foundation Board Chair.
talk a little bit about the impact Concord had as I was a student and then in my career. And that was kind of cool to put this together. I would say as a graduate of Concord, the impact ultimately for me was setting me up for a career of ongoing learning and a time to figure out how to give back to Concord. So I was uniquely a third generation college graduate, a little different than many in our region where we serve particularly those that are first generation. I grew up in a situation where reading and learning and education were important. I ended up at Concord because that's where my friends were going, so that was a good enough reason. And I was in that group of 50% of the people who commuted, so a little bit different than the residential life. While I was a student, I worked for Alan Griffith at the grocery store while attending classes. There's a reason why I'm telling you this story. So while I was there, with what I made just in a part-time job, I don't know if it was minimum wage, slightly above, something like that, I was able to pay for my tuition, my car insurance, and my car payment. So let that sink in a little bit about the inflationary factors today compared to what it was in the 80s. There's a couple of articles about that that actually talk about how it's not as possible to do that now as it was then. The goal there was I would appreciate my education by paying for it, so that was a little different. The only scholarship I received, I never even applied for. It was like a DAR scholarship for like a couple $100 for a semester. So it was good. You know, it was a part-time job where, and I was looking for the light was like in my eyes because I know Jerry Beasley came in and I know he knows Alan Griffith back in the days. It was really good as a college student because, again, let's paint the picture of the time frame. They weren't open on Sundays. They closed at 9 o'clock. College students got preference on their schedules, and if you said I have an exam the next day, you were the first one out the door. So that was really, really good in order to balance coursework. I also did a lot of summers where I would spend time taking classes to ensure that I could actually handle the load of working. So Concord had great professors, they had good courses, and I met really, really good people. But I would be remiss to say that it was like perfect. It wasn't. I definitely dropped out of a couple of classes because I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling it. So one was statistics. You know, really, people forecasting the weather today is probably very similar. It's either going to snow or it's not, and lately it's just snow all the time. So, you know, do you need a standard deviation for that? I really don't think so. So, you know, I kind of walked out on that one. I later came back, I took it. I was in a better frame of mind. Literature wasn't real great for me either. My view of literature and what I interpreted it to be was not my professor's. So that was one where I decided to take that W, withdraw, come back, do it again. That worked out well. In biology, I learned that there was never a reason in my career I was pretty sure that dissecting a frog was something I would ever need to do again. That was actually a little bit of a pain point as I thought about this. But my point is those all shape you, right? All the good stuff and sometimes the other stuff, because what I found was all the good stuff. We recently had Groundhog Day watcher here, Delnora Reed, and one of the things that she pointed out was she was in the Dr. Berger era. And I was one of the Dr. Berger era people. So what did that mean? I could stand here and talk all day on the stage. I'd probably want to pace around a little bit. I don't know that I could stand here just straight on. Learn public speaking, which became very critical in my career, to be able to speak and not have to think about what I'm going to say, just get up here and say it. I learned to say, not to say, you know. If you were one of his students and you said you know anytime in a conversation, back then they allowed professors to smoke in the rooms and he could up your face with that smoke and say, no, I don't know. And I've never said it since. I've tried really hard. But again, I learned really great things. Persuasion, negotiation, taking the high road versus the low road, which is a metric in a business career of doing the right thing and being ethical and standing up for what you believe in. Taking current event quizzes. Back in the day, I would look for USA Today's anywhere I could find them because there was going to be a quiz the next day about what's going on. But what that allows you to do is a lifetime of being able to have a conversation with anybody. You don't need to know every detail about what's going on in the world, but you need to have an understanding of what's happening. I should have listened to Dr. Islam in finance because I ended up doing finance. He talked about buying McDonald's stock. If I had bought the stock in the 80s, what a brilliant move that would have been. Wouldn't have been a diversification plan, but it was a great one-time stop. Dr. Bogus taught me business communication, and you mentioned the technology changes. I read about what a facsimile machine was going to be, but I didn't see one until I went to work. And then when I went to work, the facsimile machine showed up the same day, and they were way more excited about that than me. So those were important factors as well. So my career was in banking, continues to be in banking, and I got to executive level with banking, which is really exciting. So the point of that is I'm going to borrow a little bit from my friend Kevin Powell, who spoke at graduation. We compete. It doesn't matter what your degree is and what you did at your time at Concord, but that rounding education allows you to go out and compete. And I was able to compete and be a part at the table at the conference room with anybody sitting from New York South. Didn't matter what credentials they had, what schools they had, it was kind of a key point. So learning didn't stop at Concord, it continued on in my career. So I'll just give you a couple of highlights to that. First of all, I went back and took more classes at Concord. I took accounting classes. That worked out great, except for the fact that I decided, lacking 6 hours after that, I didn't need governmental accounting, so I kind of quit at that point, but I have a better tax and accounting knowledge for that reason. I realized that I was going to need my MBA, because to be executive level in financial industry, you either need an attorney's degree or you've got to be an MBA. So I went and did my MBA. I learned in very hard test of the securities licensing for brokers, so Series 7 and 65. And you would have thought as a commuter, I had at that point avoided residential life in a dorm. However, one of the cool things that schools do is they host bankers in the summertime for schools, and you get to stay in their dorms. So I got that life, I got that experience much later. So I did trust schools in Ohio University and UNC Charlotte, and those were summer times, not necessarily with air conditioning, so that was it. Did banking school, a great opportunity for top-tiered bankers at Wake Forest for 2 years. Yes, that was also in dorms. Great opportunity to form relationships with lifelong friends and coworkers. Did a deep dive in mastering leadership dynamics and many other leadership courses. My point is this: there's always more to learn, there's always more to understand, and there's always more people to meet. So as I kind of give some other thoughts, let me focus it back to why am I on the foundation board and how did I end up getting to have that opportunity to lead. It's because in my entire career, the goal was you gave back to your community. You had to have volunteer hours. And I call it the 3 Jims, the Jim Miller, the Jim Thompson, and Jim Connolly's that formed the foundation. They all made a huge impact, and as I got an opportunity to serve, I did exactly the same thing and continue to do the same thing. Again, if Dr. Beasley's in the room someplace, he will know that I had the very distinct pleasure in my career of working with Dr. Marsh in how to fund the Carillon. That was one of the cool things for Concord as well. So I'm very, very fortunate to serve, and as I wrap up, I will say this: the main goal that I have is ensuring that the Foundation's partnership with the university allows students to continue in the same path I did to compete and to succeed. Thanks.
It is my honor to introduce our next guest. Please welcome me, please join me and welcome me and welcome to the stage the 13th president of Concord University, Dr. Bethany Meehan, and our Chief Operating Officer, Dan Fitzpatrick.
Today, we get to celebrate something truly meaningful, not just years of service, but years of impact. Behind every 5, 10, 15, 20-year milestone is a story of dedication, resilience, and quiet leadership. It's the choice to show up each day with a commitment to something bigger than ourselves. It's the decision to serve our students, support our colleagues, and strengthen our Concord community. These milestones represent relationships built, challenges met, and countless moments where your work helped shape a student's path. Our students only get one Concord experience. And that is richer because of you, your care, your consistency, and your belief in our motto to come to learn and go to serve. So today we celebrate not just how long you've been here, but the difference you have made while you've been here. Dan Fitzpatrick will now call your name, and we invite you to please come to the stage to receive your certificate of appreciation.
Thank you. We'll begin with our celebrant with 5 years of service, Miss Emily Miller. Dr. Raymond Smith. Sister Dr. Paula Ood. Dr. Moy Sweden. We'll try that again. Mr. Mark Dietrich. Mr. William Jones. Mr. James Jennings. Here we go. Mr. Sean Hatcher. Mr. Austin Clay.
That's my director. We love you, Austin.
Miss Lauren Phillips. Mr. Andrew Bailey. Those are the individuals with 5 years of service to Concord Student Union. We now recognize those celebrating 10 years of service. Angela Fideli, J.D. Dr. Mary Hope. Dr. Tina Powell. Miss Amy Walker. Another Amy. Celebrating those with 10 years of service. We now recognize those employees who are celebrating 15 years of service to Concord University. The first, Dr. Charlotte Davis. Miss Kim Nichols. Miss Lori Pace.
I'm on 26.
Mr. Ronnie Bowe. Dr. Jill Cole. Dr. Yes Maturi. completes our recognition for those with 15 years of service. We now recognize our colleagues with 20 years of service. Dr. Andrea Campbell. Dr. Thomas McKenna. Dr. David Chambers. Dr. Douglas Creer. Ms. Andrea Webb. Ms. Anna Harden. Mr. Alan Guitarman Smith. That's our colleagues with 20 years of service to Concord University. We now recognize those individuals with 25 years of service to Concord. Mr. Andrew Soldier. Mr. Michael Cox.
Yeah, Mikey!
Those are individuals with 25 years of service to Concord. We don't have anyone with 30 years of service or 35 years of service, but we do have someone with 40 years of service to Concord University, Mr. Steve Cox. That concludes our presentation of service awards. Thank you to all the recipients. Thank you.
As we come to close, I want to offer my sincere thanks to our wonderful guest speakers for sharing their time, wisdom, and encouragement with us. Your words helped remind us why the work we do matters and how each of us plays a very important role in carrying Concord's mission forward. I also want to again congratulate our wonderful employees we recognize this afternoon. Your years of service, again, represent more than time. They reflect dedication, care, and a deep commitment to our students and to one another. You help shape the Concord experience every single day, and we are truly grateful for the difference you make. Thank you all for being part of this special celebration and the many ways you serve the campus beautiful.
Please stand and join us in singing the alma mater. The lyrics are located in the back of your program. Now we will sing the alma mater located on the back of the program. Faculty, please remain standing for the processional, and the audience may be seated. Please join us in the lobby for a small reception afterwards.
I'm saying about me too.